Hey guys, this video I'm going to tell you guys how I analyze. Yeah, how I analyze. Okay, so whenever I enter any JPY pair, I look out for major support and major resistance and major support. Okay, so this is my resistance, this is my support. Okay, so at that point, let's say price. And how I look out for all these zones is I have to see three rejection, three or more than three rejections. Okay, let's say maybe price has been rejecting this particular resistance, then I meet my chart like this. Okay, I meet up my chart like this. Let's say CAD JPY. I see CAD JPY like this is approaching a particular resistance, a major one. Okay, first off, for me to have for me to be for me to consider the trade as a high probability setup, I need to check my daily time frame, what my previous daily candle is showing me. I need to see a bullish signal. I need to see sort of a let's say bullish engulfing on the daily time frame, or maybe let's say a hammer on the daily time frame, or maybe a particular a hammer, or let's say daily closed bullish without any rejection. That's what I'll look out for first on the daily time frame. Okay, so if I see that, next up I will have to wait for price, set an alert on my trading view. I have to wait for price to reach this my resistance. So when price gets to this my resistance, what do? I immediately switch my time frame, because I'll be monitoring with 1 hour time frame. So immediately price gets to this resistance, I will switch my time frame to 30 minutes, because that's what I use for my entry now. Now, what do I need to see on my 30 minutes time frame before I enter? I need to see a bullish engulfing, breaking out the resistance, or I need to see a hammer candlestick breaking out of the resistance. Either one of them, I need to see one of them. And this my strategy. I also apply it on price actions, like wait for it to break a trend line or a particular flag pattern or wedge, anyone. I apply it to those, but what I'm trying to explain to you guys, daily time frame is it is a very, very powerful time frame. It helps you to follow trends, to know what you're doing, to know what you are looking out for in the market. Okay, so then let's say the 30 minutes candle closes bullish. 30 minutes candle closes bullish. I'll take my entry here. If it closes with a bullish engulfing, I enter with my normal lot size, which is one lot size. I enter here, enter, my stop loss should be below the previous candle, below that previous candle, and this should be around 10 pips or so. So I'm risking $100 on this particular trade, roughly $100. Okay, so I will enter. Okay, let's say immediately I enter, because this strategy of mine, I see profit immediately. I see profit immediately. Do you guys understand? I see profit immediately. So immediately I enter, yeah, my surplus below. Okay, so let's say I enter, and normally I see profits immediately. Let's say then price starts moving my way. Maybe I'm already in, let's say, 15 pips profit. Yeah, 15 pips profit. At this moment, I switch to the 15 minutes time frame, because this is what I'll now use to drill my stop loss. And yeah, thing on my strategy now, and the new update is that I do not accept retest again. Now, let me explain what I mean by I don't accept retest again. Now, normally before, there are candles I see on the 15 minutes that shows me that it's either a retest or a reversal, like price will start retracing. Now, I mean on the 15 minutes time frame. Now, what I do is if that candle, let's say price starts retracing, yeah, 15 minutes closes with a strong momentum, bearish momentum. Now, at this point, normally what I do is I will still hold because I know it's a retest it's going to make. So I still hold. Now, you will see price pass my entry, make a retest, to make a retest here and start pushing up again. Yeah, normally that's what happens if it's a retest. But some there are some times that you would see markets rather, it will not be a retest again. It should rather be a reversal. What do I mean? You would see it break here. You see price break inside here, make a lower low here, a lower high, back to the resistance and start dropping. Now, at this point, you would see that um I was in 15 pips profit, now straight back to loss, which is a bad trade management. Now, what did I now start doing? Now, this was my new trading rule. Once it starts making that retracement whatsoever, what do I do? Once it starts making that retracement whatsoever, what do? I book all my profits, that 15 pips profit, I book all profits. I don't even move it to break even because I'm that 15 pips profit. It's something you book partial, you close it, it's a small profit. Yeah, it's okay. Because I don't even move it to break even. So what do I do? Now, immediately after booking that my profit, this particular higher high it's made, I take this point as my new entry point. What do I mean by my new entry point? I take it as my new um take it as my new resistance. Yeah, resistance. So that I would be on a safer side. What do I mean by being on a safer side? If it's a reversal, market will go down and keep going down, break inside and keep moving inside, I would lose nothing. Now, some point you would see market make a retest here, move up to make a double top here, and then zoom down again, breaking inside. I'm still safe. I made no loss. Now, where do I take my new entry to continue riding this particular trade? This is where I take my new entry. I would patiently wait for market to make the retest. If it's a retest, then I will patiently wait for market to break above this my previous high. Yeah, this is the perfect and safest place to enter. I'll wait for market to break this my previous high. What do I mean by breaking? I will look out for a break on the 30 minutes time frame. Same entry I used for the breakout, a bullish candle or let's say a hammer. I'll wait for it to break above here. Why is it safe? It is safe because now my stop loss would be inside here. And inside there should be around 7 pips, 8 pips stop loss. Now you would see markets like after the break of this previous high, you would see profit immediately. Like it's normally a sniper entry. You would see market will start booming, zooming off immediately. This is how I handle my trades. Once it starts making that retracement, I close all profits and I'll hold. I'll wait, be on the chart and wait for it to break this place to enter again. Because only then I'll know it's a retest. because now it's higher high, higher low, and a new higher high is coming up. Now, let me show you guys what I mean on the live chat. I'll use CAT JPY and AG as an example. Now, watch. This is the day I took this. Let's first of all go to the daily time frame. The day I took this particular trade, look at my daily time frame. The day I took this particular trade, you guys have to know that no one owns the market. Just make your money and go. Play along with whatever works for you. Now, see, it closed bullish. This CAT JPY, it closed daily previous candle, it closed bullish, right? Okay, let's go back to 1 hour, the one we used to watch for it. So, where is it? Okay, this, when I went to this market, price was already here. Price was here around this point, approaching that resistance. So I saw this my first rejection, second, third, making it a triple top, right? So next one, it rejected again after the third rejection. So when it was approaching, when it's at that resistance, I switched my time frame to 30 minutes time frame. I switched my time frame to 30 minutes time frame. Okay. This 30 minutes time frame. Okay. So when did I enter this particular trade? I entered after this breakout. This is it. After this bullish candle breakout. This was where I entered. As you can see, it broke out. This is a 30 minutes time frame. And see, broke out. So I entered and immediately price started zooming up. After this candle, I entered my stop loss. After this candle, yeah, 99.867. My stop loss was here. Below it, 99.720. Around 12 pips stop loss. Okay, so market went up to just, this is roughly 15 pips. Then it started making the retracement. Now, when I closed this position, this first position, when I closed this first position was here. After this candle here, this 30 minutes after this engulfing candle here, this particular one, I closed out the first position. I closed out all position immediately and I waited. Now watch, had it been I was still holding, my stop loss would have been hit. If not here, my stop loss would have been hit here. Because this was a rated say, but it went down to hunt stop loss. Stop loss would have been hit here. Stop loss, if not here, it would have been hit here. If not here, it would have been hit here. Now, and after closing out, I took this particular point. Now, and I took this particular point as my new position and a place where I would patiently wait for a breakout to happen. Now, okay, so as I took it as a new position, I believe everybody's understanding. As I took it as a new position, what did I now do? Okay, I waited for this a hammer. After this particular closure, 30 minutes closure, I entered, making this particular point my stop loss. Yeah, I entered here, making this particular point my stop loss. Now watch, market went up. How many pips profits now? I'm just trying to explain something to you guys. I entered around here, entered around here. I entered around here. This 37 pips profits already. This 37 pips profits. When did I close? When it started making this retracement that it couldn't break here, reached here, went down. Because here it retraced a little bit, went up, broke it, came at this point, made that same retracement, reached here, couldn't break it, and give me a 30 minutes engulfing. I closed out here. Now watch. At this point, remember I entered here and I closed out here. 28 pips profit. I closed out all position, 28 pips profit. And first time I closed out on 15 pips here. Do you guys see how you manage your trades? You have to be very careful. This is how I manage mine. So I closed out here. Immediately, yeah, I closed out here since it couldn't break here. Now, immediately I closed out here, I took here as my new resistance. This is just like I'm riding a trend. I took here as my new resistance. Okay, I took it as my new resistance. Now it began to sell. Okay, although it retraced, but it didn't hit my stop loss. Had it been, I was still holding at this point. Okay, so it made the retest. After making the retest, I took it as my new resistance. So when it broke out again, broke out that resistance. Now look at this. I used one lot here. I used one lot here. This particular place, I used one lot size. Now watch. Um, this was where I entered because it was a lovely setup. First off, a breakout. Second of all, it was an engulfing. It engulfed the previous candle. I took the trade here, making my stop loss below here. So this is, I entered immediately here. This is 100.499. My stop loss was here, 100.284. I entered here, my stop loss was here. This was 20 pips. Actually, I reached $200 at this point. Why? Because I've already made a profit. And remember, guys, I told you that I don't risk more than 20 pips on my trades. So as I entered, market started moving up, came down. Here was a retest, but I was still holding because I entered here. I entered here. So it came down as it was now moving. I think it hit my TP along the line. So I left the trade to continue. But as you can see, it kept on riding, moving up. So this is how I analyze and how I manage my trades. Let me show you guys another example. This particular one is OGPY. Now look at OGPY. Now look at this price action pattern. And where did I enter? After the break of here, I used one lot here. Look at bullish engulfing, breaking out of a trend line, bullish engulfing, perfect entry. I entered immediately. This is a 30 minutes time frame. That's what I told you guys I used for my entry. I entered immediately. Now after entry, I switched to 15 minutes time frame to trail my stop loss. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay. Now at this point, it wasn't actually retracing with momentum, so I kept on holding. But immediately it broke this previous higher high it made. Immediately broke this previous higher high it made. Right? Immediately broke this particular previous high. I moved my stop loss from this point. I moved it to this point. I moved my stop loss from below this to below this after it broke here. Now and again, it made a retest to this um broken resistance again and zoomed up. Now at this point, I moved my stop loss from this point to this point, right? Okay. So when it started retracing with momentum, I closed all position immediately. And I actually waited for point, this particular point to be broken. I actually waited for, and there's one thing in my trading, I hate it when it candle leaves long wicks just like this. So I actually didn't wait for any other break again. I just closed out everything and closed my chart. So that's it. This is how I manage my trades. If you guys have any question, just drop it in the comment section. I'll answer everything. If you have anything confusing, just hit me up on my WhatsApp. Okay. See you guys later.